There are various unexplained mysteries and events in American history. From the old times to recent times, questions are still unanswered, crimes unsolved, strange creatures in lakes and forests, missing people. Some mysteries will remain unsolved and remain subjects of debates. A lot of weird things have happened, like Bigfoot, Zodiac Killer. To find out more about such mysteries, read on. 1. Henry Starr and his treasure. Out of the many famous criminals who terrorized the Wild West, one of the most interesting ones is Henry Starr, yet few people remember him. At a very young age, Henry got exposed to a life of crime. He started his career as a bandit by stealing horses, eventually leading to the murder of Deputy U.S. Marshal. He was arrested, and after he got released, he started high-profile pursuit of bank robbing. His last stash of loot turned into a mystery. According to him, he buried it at a spot near Cimarron River where nobody can find it. This holds true even 95 years after his death, as nobody has found it till now. 2. UFO Sightings in Levelland. One of the major UFO sightings occurred on 2 November 1957, when over a dozen of strange things were spotted in skies over Levelland, Texas. There were calls from scared citizens in the sheriff's office reporting that there are bright lights in the sky. After dozens of reports, Air Force conducted a brief investigation and concluded that these lights were due to weather anomaly. Many still claim that something truly paranormal happened that night. 3. Death of Meriwether Lewis. Meriwether Lewis partnered William Clark in the famous Lewis and Clark expedition. After completing the long trek, he returned to St. Louis, Missouri. For a year, he tried in politics and was appointed as the governor of Upper Louisiana Territory. On 3 September, he set out to resolve some business matters in Washington, D.C., but he never reached there alive. It is believed that he stopped at an inn, and he was found with gunshots on the floor. Lewis's death is assumed as suicide, but it's still unclear. 4. Momo. There are various versions of Bigfoot. We have all heard of Sasquatch and Yeti, but very few have heard about the terrifying beast of Missouri. There were various stories of Momo all over the northeast area of Missouri. In 1972, young boys were playing in woods, and something scared them, and they ran back to their house. Their sister ran outside as she heard some voices. She saw a creature with its face and body covered with dark hair standing in trees with a dead dog in its hand. After this, similar occurrences were reported. So far, it has remained a local legend. 5. St. James Hotel of New Mexico. Henri Lambert was a chef in for President Lincoln. After Lincoln's assassination, Henri left Washington and ended up in Cimarron, New Mexico, where he created St. James Hotel. This hotel was a nice inn and saloon in every way. Over the years, a lot of famous people stayed there. It also became the site of various killings and murders. This is why it is known as one of the haunted inns in America. 6. Knights of the Golden. KGC, or Knights of the Golden, was a clandestine group of sympathizers of South. When there was a fight between states, they grew in terms of power and number. After the Civil War, KGC went underground and hid their vast fortune with codes, treasure maps, etc. They just disappeared, and till date nobody knows where they went. 7. Killings of Gypsy Hill. A number of gruesome murders took place in the California Bay Area in 1976. Murder of 5 women led to various investigations and continued to create public interest all these years. All the girls were young and faced car troubles before getting killed. They were stabbed multiple times. Over 30 young women were found in fields. Most of the murders have remained unsolved.